Just a man on a mission, ambition to never fail. Personality electric, he is animated male. Intelligent and wise, calm and often cool. Chris James giving opinions while also speaking the truth. Empathy and compassion. Stephen Michael is here, helping you through your traumas, helping you with your fears. These three forces combine and keep it honest. Turn up the volume, cause this is the application of knowledge.
Welcome to the Application of Knowledge podcast. I am Animated Mel. We have Chris James here.
Are you Animated Mel?
We have Stephen Michael here. This is episode 91.
You look like
the Red Ninja.
the Ninja Mel.
Well, actually, I had something else, but it wouldn't have been comfortable for me, so I decided not to do it. But
Oh, different costume.
no.
Actually,
Just-
this looks more like
just an added accessory.
what you normally.
I'm about to say this is not a costume. This is
Yeah, just about to say this is not a costume.
It's really not.
it's pretty offensive that you even
Yeah.
said that.
Do not even offend me with your words.
Yeah, it's literally just something he's had in his closet that he just decided to put on today.
I don't know what you're talking about, but anywho, we're gonna have a beautiful podcast.
Halloween episode.
today. Halloween.
Well, you should. I mean,
This is definitely the Halloween.
I
I
mean,
you
Mel,
release it
come
on
on.
Halloween. Don't you release it Wednesday? Wednesday is Halloween, isn't it?
Halloween is Tuesday.
Tuesday.
This is definitely Halloween.
It's definitely a
episode.
Halloween episode.
So who are you? Brokeback Mountain.
Oh wow!
Wow. You should have said something, man. I would have put
Wow.
something on.
Should I have said something?
I mean, I got stuff.
I wouldn't have put on anything.
What do you have? What would you be for Halloween?
Steve loves Halloween.
Yeah, but you know what? To be honest with you, I was in Target yesterday,
No.
and is that surprising?
No.
Oh, okay.
I heard the name Target because I was actually thinking about going to Target. I was like,
It just
Better
I
than
just
Walmart.
I just better than Walmart, but you know. Anyway, well, you know, we were boycotting Target for a while.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but
I forgot about that.
oh,
I was
you-
the one that said it too. I don't shop anywhere.
Yeah, but yeah, I was leaving out of Target, and there was this family. They were dressed as the Incredibles, and I was just like, "Oh, it's Halloween weekend."
Right.
Like completely oblivious to it.
Yeah.
And I've seen pictures of people on Facebook or whatever, but it just really never clicked for me because the internet is like the internet, and then real life is like real life.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen anything. I haven't been anywhere. You know, I'm like, bro, I'm so disconnected. Like, especially with this challenge we have going on and, you know, just everything that I have happening right now. I'm just like, I've literally just been in this house. I am so disconnected. And, yeah, it was,
Hey, I like that story, man. That's probably one of the best stories I ever heard, man.
I was going to move a little further, then I just decided that it was probably
You
not
know
really.
what you should do, Steve? If you're gonna do a costume, you should do a turtle, a ninja turtle.
Which turtle would you be, Raph?
Yeah, of course. You know what? He's my favorite turtle, but Leonardo would probably be who I would dress up as.
Because you can't find Raph.
No, I mean I've never looked, but Ralph was my favorite, but Leonardo was the leader, and he had swords.
That was me and Anthony's. I was Leonardo. He was Michelangelo.
I was literally the only Donatello. Nobody wants to be Donatello. So
Even
Well,
though
Donatello
Donatello's
fits you.
dope.
yeah, it fits me. But he also was purple. Everything was perfect, and nobody
I
wants to be
completely forgot
Donatello.
about him being purple.
Yes, nobody wants to be Donatello. No one's gonna fight
He's
over
hard to
Donatello.
find. Like anytime that you go to look for like turtles, you get Raphael, Leonardo, Michelangelo, maybe never Donatello.
Michelangelo's
You get
the
Ralph.
most popular turtle.
Yeah, Mike's the most popular for sure.
Is he?
Mike
Yeah.
is the most popular turtle.
He's the most popular turtle.
I say it would be Mikey, Raph, Leo, then Donnie.
Really?
Yeah.
I would say that Mikey definitely the most popular. I would probably do Leonardo next because he's the leader. Everybody wants to be the leader, and just for that reason. And then Ralph, and then Donatello.
I would. Okay, I could see that.
I don't know. I guess we got to see what the people think.
I mean,
Yeah, man.
Is it? I don't know. I mean, I personally, Leonardo's always been my favorite turtle. So, because my dude had the swords. You know what I mean?
Right. And a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah.
That's why I would put him at number 2. Mike's definitely the most popular.
Yeah.
Is it because his personality?
He's goofy. He's the
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
He's the party
pizza.
dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If any of the turtles were doing drugs, it's Mike.
Wow.
Yes.
This got dark.
You got to think about it.
This is
That's
true.
not dark. That's having fun. Like Mark.
Turtles we were kids growing up with turtles, and you talking about if anyone was doing drugs.
If anyone in that crew was to do drugs, it definitely would be Mikey.
Okay, I can agree with that.
I could probably see Ralph being the one drinking.
For sure,
Definitely.
absolutely.
Ralph
He's depressed.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. This was my guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he.
He said you could relate with him.
Yeah, I can relate with Raph.
relate
Like,
with
you know what I'm
Raph.
saying? He's always fighting Leo. He wants to, like, bro, hey. Like, we were the perfect turtles growing up because it was 4 of us. And
You,
As-
Isaiah,
yep.
John, Chris, and Steven.
Yep.
Okay. Who
And
would
we-
Isaiah be? What name
he was
would
Leonardo.
Yo, you need to.
oh,
What?
I was gonna have Mel match us all up. He already knew me, and I guess he could have guessed you, but now you told him the last one, so it don't matter.
The thing is, it's like I could see obviously you, Donnie. I don't really. I can see. I mean, I know Jonathan likes Mikey more, but I can't necessarily see Jonathan as being Mikey.
Well, you didn't know John back then.
old John.
didn't know
He
old
actually was fun.
Oh, but now, okay, yeah.
Now John is
He's a-
Johnny Jupiter. He's a spiritual being.
He's one with himself now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
He used to be one with the universe.
Both people are John, and they both live inside him. John has different personalities that come out depending on his stimulus. Buddy Love comes out when he's losing weight and feeling good.
that.
I was like, who's Buddy Love? All that stuff.
Buddy Love.
Yeah.
man.
No, like Buddy Love, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see that guy come back.
He was here. I think you missed him because he was here 2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
No. That would have been when he left for.
I've been here for 3 years.
You've been here for 3 years, so maybe 3 years ago he was here. He was here right before you left or got here.
But is that what y'all did when y'all were younger? Y'all would like either watch shows and then y'all would compare yourself to that character and see what like characteristics that
I think
you all
we just-
have in common.
I think we just picked them.
Isn't just that what we all do?
Yeah.
Like I don't
Like,
think
we
that it
all
was
do
that
that.
like.
I mean, I think that's why we like certain characters in films and different movies, or at least that's how it is for me. And what I didn't realize, which I now realize, but I don't really think it's true. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe you could be the judge. Is that the characters that I like in anime or, any kind of film or movie, they are the ones that are evil, but then they have some good traits in them. Like in Yu-Gi-Oh, my favorite character is Kaiba. In Naruto, my favorite character is Itachi and Gaara. And in Bleach, my favorite character ended up being Aizen
Oh,
and
God.
Hitsugaya. And so
What about Hunter x Hunter?
I like what's his name? I don't necessarily have a favorite in Hunter x Hunter, but
Because if it's his guy, what's the clown?
he's Hisoka.
Hisoka.
No.
Okay.
I mean, he's cool. Like he's cool. Killy is cool, but I would say I kind of lean towards Killia's older brother, the dude who can like change his face and all that stuff. I think he's pretty cool, and his entire family's just dope as shit. Killia's family,
His whole family's kind of evil good.
yeah, and they're ninjas, and like the way they move, man, they so sick, man. Like especially during the Chimera arc or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I also realized, I mean, what's his name? Kurapika. He's dope too, So, but I don't really have a favorite character in that series. It's just I have favorite moments. But yeah, there's characters that I align with, like even like with the Powerpuff Girls. My favorite Powerpuff Girl is Buttercup.
I don't know. Like I know them, but I don't have a.
Oh, y'all rock.
Steve's like, I didn't watch that.
You rock the Powerpuff Girls?
I've watched Powerpuff Girls. I don't have any. I've never thought who I align with. It never really.
No. I didn't think about who I aligned with.
Just who's
it's
your-
just like they were my favorites when I watched the series,
Oh,
and then just
okay.
thinking back later, I was just like, nigga, it's just these. They're like the badass characters that have like an edge to them,
Okay.
and maybe that just represents. I guess in our friend group, I would be the one who has this edge, right?
You are.
I would be the edgier one.
Yeah, for sure. And you used to be a gang member, which means that you used to kill people.
Wonder what you had to do to get into that.
Fake news, fake news. But yeah, man. All right, that was fun. Y'all want to talk about something serious, or y'all want to talk about something not as serious? Y'all want serious or not as serious?
I mean, I think the natural progression after this would probably be a little bit not serious, and then you can move it.
All right. Is there a tradition that you would like to have with your family? Like, we have traditions. Like,
This is serious.
is it? Yeah.
Yes,
Definitely serious.
Okay.
Tradition?
Yeah.
Oh, you're thinking fun, like Christmas, like it's fun. Tradition is important to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. Like, because we have traditions in America that people celebrate, and we just do it because they assign it to a calendar. Say, hey, this day is Valentine's Day. This day is Leprechaun Day, or whatever. You know what I mean? What's the
Leprechaun
pot of
Day.
gold? You know what I mean?
St. Patty's
Yeah,
Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
Steve know all about that.
First of all, I don't live that life anymore.
Oh, you don't live the St. Patrick's Day life?
No. I had to have a conversation with someone the other day, and she was like, "When was the last time you drank?" And I was just like those memes where you see the math and the numbers.
Yeah.
And
Just be sitting there like.
right. So I thought for a second. I was like, I said it's been over 5 years. Like, it's been a long time since I've had any alcohol. So anyway,
But you know the exact date though.
yeah. Well, 6 years will be in May. But yeah. So
So you need your someone owes you some coins. You get a 1 year, a 3 year?
I don't know. They usually do them in increments, but I don't really, to be honest with you, I don't align with those values of AA.
Oh no, I know.
And a lot of, and in the beginning, I never aligned with them truly, because the way that they would talk about it, they basically said it was a disease.
Right.
Like, they went from like an addiction model to a disease model. And if you say, well, it's a disease, it means there's nothing you can do about it. And I completely believe that's not true. So,
Have you been to the class?
AA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, look. I think that the work that they do is amazing.
I agree.
For the people that they help. So don't take this the wrong way, because we have a close personal family member who's going to classes and their life has been changed dramatically. I would just say there's certain elements of it that I'm just like, ooh, just because of what we teach.
I agree.
Like,
it helped me.
right.
Right, but really what helped me more than anything else was actually when I started like doing like CBT training, which is, cognitive behavioral therapy, and looking at myself and why I was like going through what I was going through. Like, I saw a picture of a tree. It's like called the tree of addiction or something. And then the tree, or the branches, the leaves and stuff, they were like, alcohol or drugs or gambling, whatever, right? It's the fruit of the tree. Mm-hmm. And then further down, you go through the tree, then you get to the trunk, and it's like the trunk may be family or a relationship, right? And then as you continue to go down, then you get to the roots, and then it's just like, now you have to fill in, well, what is the root? What is the root of this? And then as you continue to go down, it's your job to figure out what the root of this was. And then a lot of that goes to your childhood, right? Things that you experienced, childhood traumas, and those traditionally would be the reason that you have addiction or eating disorders or, whatever it may be. And when I saw that, I said, this makes sense. Mm-hmm. And then as I started to then go through that, then I realized alcohol is not my problem, it's my symptom. So it's just like when they start talking about a disease model, and with us with health, I'm just like, no, drinking alcohol or alcohol in excess is a symptom to something that I'm actually dealing with deeper. And it's like, it made all the sense in the world when I put it together that way, because now we look at weight. We look at diabetes. We look at, any kind of disease. And then you realize that, well, treating that simple disease in and of itself is not the problem. There's something deeper than that. So it's like there's no difference in my mind. There was no difference with alcohol. It's just like, no, so I start to unalign myself with a lot of those values. Yeah. But a lot of things that they teach are very beneficial and they help a lot of people. So
I actually considered looking into their model a little bit more and seeing how we could potentially implement some of the things they do, because I think I believe that their model is great. With a few little tweaks, it could be greater, and that's something that we could actually implement. Because addiction, whether it's food addiction, alcohol abuse, or whatever, like you said, the root
sex.
Yeah. Pornography is a big addiction. I mean, you could be addicted to anything, really.
True. Most addictions are going to be obviously very negative. I mean, really, any addiction would be negative.
Yeah, I don't know if addiction's ever a good thing. It could be good in moments, right?
Well, some people would say, if you told somebody that was, I don't know, 300 pounds, and you said, would you rather be addicted to pizza or would you rather be addicted to the gym?
Right, exactly.
They'd say, well, I'd rather be addicted to the gym. Right. But if you go to the gym and you look at these gym bros, and guys are mostly rats. Guys that are in the gym, all the time, like ask their partners, right, if they are happy with that. They're gonna be like, no. Yeah. Like literally, you wake up and you go to the gym, then you come home, you eat, you get your protein, you take a nap, and then you go back to the gym. Yeah. It's just like, it's no longer a healthy habit. It's like, bro, this is an addiction.
It's an addiction. Gym rats are addicted.
So when it gets to that point, it's just like, maybe there's a problem here.
Well, what do you get from going to the gym?
I mean, it's lots of benefits.
You get a lot of benefits, but what else do you get? You get them endorphins.
Yeah.
That dopamine hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a different kind of rush.
I
actually get when I used to run like a decent amount, and I'll be on a treadmill, I would reach my limit, and I'm like, all right, I'm good. But then I kept running, and it actually started feeling good to the point where I was just like, dude, I don't want to get off this damn treadmill.
Yeah, the runner's high.
I was just like, bro, it's
a real thing.
Yeah. I'm just actually gone, just like, man, because like I would get to like, I would say 15 minutes, like, all right, I'm done. But then that natural instinct in me just like, I can go a little bit longer. But then it'll be 5 minutes longer. I'll be like, dude, I can still keep going. And I was just like, all right, I gotta get to work.
Breaking beyond your limits.
Yeah, the gym can be a negative thing when you start, you don't prioritize other things. Yeah. Like now it's literally like, it's an escape, which is fine. But now when you start to neglect other responsibilities for something, now it's a problem.
Yeah, and that's not exclusive to the gym.
No, that's just an example.
Just with anything in general that you prioritize over the things that are, important to you.
The rest of life.
Right. Yeah. I mean, people, you ask women, they'll be like, oh, these guys are addicted to that damn PlayStation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
that's what I was gonna say,
It can be like women doing makeup.
It's exactly.
Yeah, it's just these little vices, and in a sense, they actually start to become your god. It comes to a point where this is the only thing you worship, and the most thing that you spend your most time on, that typically becomes your god. But it's also how you're able to handle it and be able to take a step back and enjoy life outside of these temporary satisfactions you receive. Because there's sometimes you go to the gym. And I'd be like, damn, man, he stay in the gym every day.
Right.
Dude, stay in the gym. He ain't lost no weight, but still in his piece going there. You know what I mean? But just to bring it back to the source of the question, like, is there any traditions that you all would want to start for your family or whatever? I'll start with one.
Okay, go ahead.
And because I know I don't answer questions.
No,
right?
you don't. You like to skip them.
It just depends on what they are. But what I would want to do, have a tradition for my family, is I would like to do like a reunion. Like, it wouldn't necessarily have to be like, I would do it like probably once a year or so, because that's something that I naturally enjoy, is just being around loved ones and family. And typically people only do that for like deaths, birthdays, birth of children, and they don't just do it just to catch up with one another to see the progress and all that stuff. And they'll use Facebook as, an excuse or, just to see one another, but actually connecting and having your family unit all in one place, because I'm in Texas. All of my family is currently back in Ohio. And I would love to just create and see the mindsets of the people that I haven't seen in years. You know what I mean? So
you should do that, man. You should rent out a mansion.
A mansion?
I mean, you got a lot of family, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I would have to go back to Ohio.
No, you can't go back to Ohio.
Because they're all in Ohio.
Yeah, they need to leave Ohio. That's their problem.
The thing is, I don't want to. Yes, it would be great, but I know how they are, and so it wouldn't be the smartest to like, it would be the most ideal, but it just wouldn't be the smartest to get people motivated to link up, because most people have problems even driving or flying to places that's not even like as far as Texas. Like, they have issues meeting up from Columbus and Cincinnati.
It's like, is the point of this to just get the family together, or is the point of this to try to change their minds around life?
Right.
Right.
The thing is,
So
I'm not going to be able to change their minds.
Right. So
they are who they are.
So to get the family together, the best thing would be to go to Cincinnati.
I mean, if that's the case, it still's not going to be successful then.
No.
Are they literally all in Cincinnati? Because
Cincinnati and Columbus.
Okay, so they still got to drive 2 hours.
It's much better than 13.
Yeah, let's think about that.
13? No, it's going to be a plane for sure.
Flying to Texas, like the thing is, like, I would love to be in a position financially where I can just take care of it, fly everyone out, because
You can.
yeah, well, I
You
can.
you
but-
can do it. You're going to pay a heavy price for it.
Yeah,
You could do it.
That's why I say I want to be, in a position. I'm not gonna put myself in a financial bond to get these motherfuckers to come out and be like, yo, we gonna be family this week. You know what I mean? Not on my dime. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure there's other people that's in my family that are more financially abundant than I currently am. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Everybody
You
got
just
that
assume
rich,
because you're younger.
right? Everybody got that rich auntie, but I don't know our rich auntie. I never met her.
Right. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I would like. Just, like a reunion. So, like, when I eventually find my lady and all that stuff, and we have our own little family, you know what I mean? We can just...
Oh, so you're talking about making this a tradition from your nuclear family forward. You're not talking about...
Yeah. I mean, like I can't create that for my family.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Like, I would love to do that, but I just know it's not possible just because of their mindset. Because my mom just sent me a picture of, like, my cousin, Ross Haley, and, like, I haven't seen him since I was, like... a child, but they were always like the family unit that was like, man, I rock with these people, but they always lived in Columbus. And, being little, and I'm from Cincinnati, I was like, man, Columbus is so far away. But
It definitely seemed far.
yeah, and I was like, damn, and just to see him, like, he got grades now. And I'm just like, this is crazy. Like, and he was like one of my favorite cousins, you know what I mean? And so it's just like, damn, I would love to just get that unit together. You know what I mean? And so I was like, you know what? When I create my family and have my own family unit, I want to create that so we have that love that's coming together every year versus, in celebration of death and all that stuff. So, yeah, but that's a tradition that I would do for my family.
Yeah, you would answer this soft question. No controversy here.
Right.
Yeah, I want to get my family together, do a reunion.
I mean, because I love that stuff.
No, that's fine, Mel. But there's nothing here. There's no viral moment. There's nothing.
It's viral of love.
There's nothing for anyone
Let's
to be
make
like.
love go viral.
It's not going viral. I can guarantee you that.
I think that's very interesting what you choose to respond.
And he went first, which is like,
Right.
Never.
Look,
He never.
Y'all some hating. Look at y'all hating. I'm not pouring my heart. Y'all like, yeah, you just. y'all are some hate.
hey, man, Mel, you know what? I appreciate you answering a question, period. I appreciate that. I appreciate you answering a question.
Whatever.
Mine is actually pretty simple. I intend on setting up a family cruise. Tradition-wise, I wish that our family would get together at least once a year. And whether it's, like a 3-day cruise or, we rent a beach house, in South Carolina or something, you know what I mean? Like we do something every year and it's just what our family does. It's a time where when the year rolls around and New Year hits, first thing I do is I put in my time for X, Y, and Z because we get together. It is a priority. And, because especially now because our family is growing and we're going to have even more, the family's going to continue to get bigger. And one of the things that really bothered me is like we grew up and we had our cousins and stuff. And then because our parents had split and we were going between Ohio and Delaware, you just lost touch. And I feel like we had a really good relationship with all of our cousins. And, it's not that they're bad now, right? I think that I'm rebuilding some of them.
They fizzled out.
Yeah, they just fizzled. And it's just like, I wish that we just had continued to stay in contact over the years. And even if you just see each other once a year, I think that would be great. So I would love to.
So you basically just copied mine.
No, you said a reunion.
Yeah.
I said a vacation.
It's still a reunion of family.
Well, if that's the case, Mel,
you said a tradition of.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I just said you copied mine. It's all good.
I didn't copy yours.
It's okay, Steven. You can take my idea. Cause we're still uniting the family. At the end of the day, you're getting the family together.
There's a difference between a reunion and a vacation? You said reunion.
What is you want to have? Okay, every year, if you and your family are coming together, that is a reunion.
Okay,
a reunion.
If you want,
y'all just happen to go on vacation when y'all do it.
Okay, Mel, has anyone ever said we're having a family reunion and we're every year the reunion is on a cruise?
It could be that.
Is that traditionally what you would think?
It's a destination reunion.
If someone said, Mel, we have a family reunion, do you assume you're going on a cruise or do you assume that you're going to a park somewhere with a pavilion and you guys are going and people are bringing food to cook and eat?
I assume that I'm reuniting with my family. It doesn't matter
what does
where
the
it
event
is.
look like when you hear reunion?
Family.
What
together.
Doing what?
Eating, having fun, playing games.
Okay.
You can do all that on a cruise.
Mel,
it's the same difference.
They're not the same.
Look,
what is a tradition? A tradition is something that you
do every year. And if you
So what am I supposed to say?
If you're doing a tradition, it just happens to be a family.
Well, I know a tradition could be something that you do every week. It could be something that you do every month.
Yes. Yes, it does. Yes. You could it's the exact same.
Mel,
concept.
have I ever said that you stole one of my ideas when you've gone after me? What are you? You're just making this up.
Steven, it's okay.
No,
I wasn't saying this to be like you need to think of something else. I'm just saying because as you were speaking,
why even saying it? Because here's the thing. This is the first time you're ever going first, and now you want to be like, you stole mine. Mel, just sit there and let me talk.
It's all good, man.
You've already... No, I know it's all good because mine is different than yours.
Okay, Steven, it's different. It's different, man.
No one's going to agree with you.
Okay.
It's not the same.
Chris, what do you think?
What do I think about what?
What we're talking about. What do you think?
You want me to comment on the fact that...
Because he said no one is going to agree. What is Chris? Chris will be the deal breaker.
Mel.
What's up?
I'm going to ask you a question.
What's this question?
If Steven's idea is a reunion, which is your idea, what is Christmas? Is it not family getting together and reuniting?
No, Christmas is all about gifts.
What?
Because I've never united with family on Christmas.
Your family doesn't get together for Christmas?
No.
It's
only me, my mom, and my brother.
So you okay? So
is that not your family?
So you're okay.
Yeah,
so
but that's every day. It's not like, hey, we're going to get together, so we get gifts.
What about Thanksgiving?
When we were younger, we would go eat meals, but I don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
Because I was trying to figure out what you consider a reunion. Because based on your definition, Christmas, Thanksgiving,
yeah, those could be considered reunions.
right? Well, if that's the case, then all of our ideas are going to be copying yours because all of our ideas are going to include us getting back with our family.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I wasn't saying that as a bad thing. I honestly wouldn't even trying to be like combative.
I mean, Mel, honestly, it just literally just didn't even need to be said.
But I said it.
I know, but
You're focused on it. You could have just been like, all right, and kept moving.
Yeah, but it just no, I couldn't let it go.
You could have.
No,
you
I
chose
couldn't.
not to.
No, I couldn't. Because I wasn't copying you. Because mine is different. Okay. Because I don't think a reunion is a yearly thing.
What do you think it is?
Every 5 years, maybe.
Yeah, usually family reunions usually aren't annual.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, it's you could do it whenever you want, but I think traditionally it's like 3 to 5 years when they do reunions.
It's like where it's a big deal, and family comes from all over the place, and it's like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in forever. Like it's
now.
So
I will say, yeah, that is how it is traditionally. Clearly, we're creating our own tradition, right? I don't think that necessarily makes sense to wait 5 years. And the only reason why you wait that long is for finances. Mm-hmm. You might have people living in Germany and stuff like that. They're not going to fly out every year, right? Yeah. So, but if your family is doing work during that reunion, then you guys are building and growing together. Why are you smirking?
I'm just like, this nigga started playing games. That's what I was thinking in my head.
Who, me?
No, this nigga Chris.
Oh. Yeah, I wasn't about to get into what y'all had going on. But yeah, I mean, if you guys are actually, look, the point of a reunion is not just simply to, I mean, okay, maybe this is.
Niggas want to debate everything.
I
wouldn't even try to
maybe
debate.
this is.
You're the one that brought it up.
I think the point of a reunion is networking. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, all right.
I don't think people should just get together and eat and drink and then, all right, see you next time. Like, what's the point of that? Like, it should be it's like a team building experience.
Yeah, purpose.
I mean, that's your ideal of it, but
that's what other communities do. We're only in our community do we just get together and just get drunk and
yeah. The whole point of traditionally, I'm not saying number one.
You're talking about
agree
our
with
culture.
Yes, I agree with you. There should be a purpose, but when you say, yeah, we're having a family reunion, people's minds instantly go to, okay, well, we get shirts made. This is this side and this side, and we're thinking about, okay, who's bringing the mac and cheese, who's bringing the chicken,
I agree.
What bottles are coming.
My idea of it has changed because I've never had one.
So
I'm speaking.
Oh, you guys have never done one?
Nah. I'm speaking to my ideals and how I view it and how I think
that it's just a reunion is probably just not the right word for what you.
Well, that's how I feel. What word would be the right word instead of reunion? A celebration of us, family,
a vacation.
Okay, vacation would be nice too. Going to
vacation specifically is like going somewhere new,
but
right?
You're still doing it with your family.
An annual get together.
You're doing it with your people. Yeah.
Now that's a very common thing for people to go on family vacations, usually during the summertime when children are off school, which is like, I'm not waiting.
Like, because the thing is, like, when we went on our cruise, like, we had fun.
Did you meet anybody who was maybe on a family vacation?
Yeah. You know, you already know, cuz we had a good old time. But hey, I don't mean to interrupt your story. But
oh no, I'm done.
You're done, but yeah.
I would love to do a yearly vacation, and whether it is
we should do it to like a different island or something like that.
Wow.
Or
destination cruise, whatever it is.
Yeah, we gonna go to an island.
Mel, we know you're always down to do something.
Something that we know every year on June 18th through the 25th, this is what we do every year, or the third Friday through Saturday of the year.
Would there be some kind of ritual?
A ritual?
Yeah, to make it like I don't know, because in my mind I was thinking like, man, maybe we could do like.
What do you mean a ritual? What are we sacrificing stuff? What do you talk? What?
I don't know. I mean, maybe ritual is the wrong thing.
Hey, you're using the wrong words today.
I'm not using the wrong words.
No, rituals. Wait.
Thank you, please.
Hold on.
Get this
It is extremely common to have a ritual during these types of events.
Like what?
Look at birthdays.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's very common. Look at Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
What is the Thanksgiving
Get this
ritual?
nigga-
Everybody tells what they're thankful for. What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, what we talking about?
I haven't done.
It's literally like
No,
embedded.
shut up. How about you do it yourself?
Yeah, because Chris is no, what up? Because like
You ain't fighting your own battles.
No, you hear the word ritual and you think of something that's like
It's casting
like
spells.
dark and like mystical. But no, cats do rituals. Like even basketball players, football players, LeBron when he does his thing with the dust before every game.
They probably
that's
are.
a ritual
They
that
probably
he
are.
does.
They probably are casting spells, and they don't know it.
Regardless of what it is, it's a ritual.
Okay, Mel. Well, I would not intend to have
you
any
admit
spell
that,
casting.
Can you admit that I was right?
You were right.
Thank you. So you see that, ladies and gentlemen, accountability.
Yeah, I actually have some.
Yeah, I mean,
So
like
no,
Chris.
so
Big
it would
things,
really would be, and maybe there's a ritual that is created where we do something, but at the end of the day, I would love to do that, and I've already told my family that in not this year, but next year, I want to go somewhere and give everybody time so they can get their ducks in a row, and because there's a lot of like children that are now getting a little, they're starting to come up in age. And I want to make sure that we stay together in some way. Yeah. And matter of fact, I've done this. When we went to Ohio for our grandma's birthday a few years ago, I ended up getting a room in a hotel so that other family could come, and all the cousins got together afterwards. So it's not something that I'm just talking about. I've already made steps and done it in a certain way. Yeah. So well,
you need that look, at the end of the day, one of the things our families are missing the most is leadership, especially in our community. So it's like with the few men that are in there, somebody's got to step up and be a leader because otherwise it's not going to happen.
Correct.
Yeah. What about you, Chris? What's some a tradition you would like to start for your family?
Me and John already came up with the tradition that we're going to be starting. I just haven't let y'all know. And
All right,
I know,
debut.
I don't know about Mel. I don't know where Mel's going. I don't know where Steve's going to be on it, but we're doing it.
All right, what is it? Nigga, as long as we ain't doing no orgies or nothing, what the fuck we talking about?
I'm sure it has something. I'm sure it has something to do with finances.
Hold on. What we talking about?
Something with it. If it has anything to do with Chris, it has something to do with me, us losing money or
John.
some way.
First of all,
us losing money.
Wow.
Money is leaving my account to go somewhere.
I don't think we'll lose money if Chris is involved.
Right.
No, when I say
right
lose,
word.
I mean it is leaving
Investing?
Investing.
Yeah, that's
Investing in what, to the trust?
No, I mean we're gonna do that, but it's called a scratch off party.
A scratch off party?
Yeah, me and John made it up. All right, so here it is. We're going to get a large sum of money together and go around the city or the state and buy scratch off tickets, varying from the $1 scratch off all the way up to the $50 or whatever.
Oh, I'm with it. Let's do it.
And then we're going to get together. We're going to get some food. We're going to, do some affirmations or whatever, and we're going to scratch them off, and we're going to earn all the money we spent on the tickets plus much more.
Okay.
Interesting.
Then how would we, like, I guess every week, every month, or whenever we get paid, set aside money for it or something?
Well, I think the first one is going to just be like, hey, guys, let's just say if it's now, let's say it's October now, then in December, we're going to have our first scratch-off party. So we'll give you guys a couple months. Then after the first time, we'll reduce it, and we'll probably do it once every.
How much scratch-offs cost?
That range from
just-
$1
that's what I
up
said,
to
range from
like $50.
$1 up to.
You can buy a $50 scratch-off?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you could buy a $50
I mean, I know
scratch-off.
I know at least 20.
20 for sure.
I'm not
There's
a
30s.
gambler, so I don't really.
You
It's
never
not-
bought a scratch off?
I've like been given scratch-offs at like parties and like if I go places, but I've never actively went to buy a scratch-off with the intent to make money.
Really?
Yeah, I don't do the gamble stuff like
Like
that.
even when you're young, like in New York, just you see the dollar scratch off. Hey man, let me get one of them New York ones.
The thought of giving my money
And getting
with the
nothing in
hope of
return?
that doesn't appeal to
It's
me.
it's not a great investment typically, but the thing is, when you get a large sum of money together,
you have better odds.
You increase your odds exponentially. And so, let's just say we spent $15,000 buying tickets. All we need is one ticket that's a $20,000 ticket.
Yeah.
Out of $15,000 worth of tickets. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's actually a really good idea, but I think it would make obviously more sense
I
where
thought you were gonna say 1,500.
$1,500 what?
You 15,000 in lottery tickets.
I mean, if
Yeah,
gonna
you can't do
might
it.
as
You
well go
can't. You
hard.
can't do $1,500.
But that makes sense. But you obviously would have to be in a position where this money that we're inputting isn't impacting us in a negative way. Like we're not like behind on rent or struggling to pay car payments and stuff like that.
I mean, I don't think any of us live
Exactly.
that
I'm
life.
just. You know what I mean? I'm
Oh, this is
speaking
for-
to the people, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you just made me put my idea all out there, so now everybody.
I mean, I could. What is your idea?
I'm sure somebody. I'm sure
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
has
there's
done
billionaires,
this.
billionaires
I mean,
out there who
people
probably
people
this.
do this all the time for the Mega Millions. They just do it their job.
Yeah, but this is not. This is not a job thing. This is a tradition.
I mean, I know, but it's not like it's a.
Mega
not like
Millions aren't scratch offs.
Chris. What I'm saying
Trying to
is,
shit on my man's idea?
Not at all. Like you did me.
I didn't shit on your idea.
Oh, but you did.
Whatever. We're not
What
getting back into this.
what I'm saying is like nobody's gonna steal your idea because it's
I don't
something
care
that's
if people
common.
steal it. There's nothing they could do.
Because some people won't even do it.
Well, first of all, most people don't have $15,000 to invest in scratch off tickets.
Or they probably don't even have a group of people who would be willing to do that.
No,
shit.
most people would be like what Steve said. 1,500. Like we get the family there, we could do 1,500.
Yeah.
No, you got a 10x that is.
Yeah.
Man, I'd rather take that 1,000 and go put that thing
No.
on black
No,
at the roulette table.
no. It's
I
a
like
tradition.
roulette.
It's a something to do. Can you do that with your family? When you go take that $1,000 and you bet it on a roulette table, are you?
Hey, it's all or nothing. Hey, man, it's one or the other.
That's
It's not even 50-50
See, gamble.
either,
That's
'cause it's
gambling.
like-
No, it's definitely not.
it's like
oh my
48,
God,
48.
50-50 would be incredible.
Oh no. I mean,
house
well,
always has the
when you
advantage.
play roulette, it's almost 50-50. But there's double greens, which you could hit, which everyone loses unless you hit green. But it's as close to 50-50 as you can get. It's like 48-40. It's
No, the
something.
percentage is not that high, Steven.
Yes,
because,
it is. On
because,
roulette?
Okay, with
Betting
roulette,
on-
you have all those numbers, right?
Yeah, but you can
So
you bet on black or
You
red.
can bet black or red, but when you win, how much do you win for betting black or red?
You double it. So if I put down $10 on black and it hits any black number, I get another 10.
And if you lose, you just lose,
I lose
it all.
I got a 50% chance. Now it's not 50% because there's greens, which is the dealer number basically. But it's so
Do they
rare
have
that
more
hits.
greens than
They only have there's zero and then there's double zero, so there's two. It's so rare that those hit. It's just like you just don't play them.
But if they do hit, what did you?
Unless you bet green, you lose. The whole table loses. I love roulette. I haven't played in years though.
Yeah, but I remember playing on the cruise ship, and I remember them like you could see the percentages on the numbers and the different things.
That's numbers.
Well, yeah, I know, I understand that, but maybe the double green is what reason why I'm like, no, it's not 50% because you are saying that it's not 50%, but okay.
Yeah, I played roulette before when I was in Vegas, and I was winning, but I did not understand the game. Like me and this dude one of my close friends we was playing. I was like, nigga, how are we winning money right now?
Oh yeah.
I didn't understand it. Like they didn't properly. I was like, how are we?
They're
No
not
one's
going
gonna
to.
explain it.
They're not going to.
No, it was like another person, like another.
Oh, okay.
better or
Yeah,
whatever.
dude. There's
Nobody
roulette.
knows
There's
how to
so
play it
many
for real.
ways that you could. I know how to play roulette.
Well, most people don't know all the rules.
Oh,
to even explain it.
But yeah, you can. If I had a board, I could show you. But yeah, you can bet on quarters of the board. So a top quarter or thirds are what they're called. You can bet on certain numbers, specific numbers. You can bet on 4 numbers at a time. If 4 numbers are by themselves, you put in the middle. But and then of course you can bet on colors, so black or red. But it's 47.34%. So that's it's not 50%. It's 47.34. So it's close. I mean, there's been times where I've gone into the casino and I start with $40. That's what I always do, and always start with black or red. Look at the numbers, see what's hitting, and I just take a guess. And if it hits 40 or it hits black, and I bet black, I doubled my money. I take those $40 in chips, I put them in my pocket, and then everything else for the rest of the night is just. It's all the house's money.
And that's cool because you can just have fun. You can enjoy yourself. You don't have to worry about losing money. But like when I was talking about my traditions, back to my tradition, there's no losing. Like losing is not even a part of this equation. You know, like that's the whole point of it. It's actually a wealth building exercise, And my idea, because John, actually, this was really John more than me, honestly.
I'm surprised.
John's getting into finance now, but I was like, look, all we got to do is start this one time. Once we get our 15,000 back out or whatever we start with, we pull that out and we just keep doing it with the house money. So every time we do this tradition, it's literally just putting the money in one time. And then after that, it just goes on and you just reinvest it. You just reinvest it and you just keep doing it, because the more you do it, the bigger you do it, the more you actually will earn.
I'm with it.
Yeah. So that's it. I think all of y'all's traditions are also, good. So things that we can and probably will adopt anyway. I've always been open. I've always been like, yo, we need to make our own traditions, because I don't like any of America's traditions, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's not because people are like, oh, it's just a time to get family. Okay, then create your own thing.
Right.
Why do you have to go and do these rituals that you don't understand and celebrate people that you never met, you don't know who you're celebrating or what? Like, make your own.
I think that, at least in their defense, number one, most of them are just doing it just to do it, right? But I would say that it's easier because a lot of people naturally have off work, so they don't have to.
But that's the whole point, right? The whole point is for the things that are going to be the least beneficial to us or the most detrimental are going to be the easy options.
That's true.
That's how society set it up. So if you play life on easy mode, your life's going to be very mediocre. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say it's necessarily going to be trash, because you're going to be rewarded for taking the easy way, honestly. But it's going to be very mediocre. You're going to be very average.
Yeah.
That's the law of attraction. You attract, you put in, you get what you give in. You get back what you put out there.
Say again?
You get back what you put out there. Okay. Have you all heard about the free fries? No. There's free fries that McDonald's are giving out every Friday until the end of 2023.
Bro,
what?
No.
They're giving out free fries, and here is the kick. The potatoes that the fries are being made from are owned by Bill Gates' company.
What?
Yeah.
I knew Bill Gates owned those potatoes, but I've never heard of that.
Bro, that is insane.
Hey man, they vaccinating the fries.
They are pushing this appeal agenda hard.
Yeah, free fries every Friday. You have to download the app
Of
or
course,
so
they get your data.
And then one person, it's only one fry per person or whatever.
Is it at least a large?
I'm not sure the size, but I'm sure it'll be.
It doesn't need to be much, right?
You're right.
It's free.
So first of all, I don't know if Steven.
First, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know if you sent me a video, somebody sent it, or if I saw it myself. But the appeal, what they do with these fruits and vegetables, they put this coating over it. The coating has a byproduct. It's very toxic, obviously. Mm-hmm. It preserves the fruit or vegetable for 3 years.
Wow.
3 years. So what they're eating, what they're probably giving people right now, which I'm assuming McDonald's is probably you just using these potatoes, period. It's probably not just on Friday.
Right.
But these are they're likely potentially 3-year-old potatoes.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So they're using it before they actually cook it. Oh, wow. Damn.
You have a potato, it comes out of the ground, they hit it with this coating, and it stays fresh for 3 years. Damn. And during that time, the chemicals from that coating that's protecting it leach right on into the food.
Of course.
So it's like what they do with wine and stuff. They let it age.
Basically fermented.
Basically
in some way.
So they're fermenting French fries.
The toxins into the food.
Wow.
No, that's crazy. I have not heard that. That's new?
It's recent. It's recent. I mean, it's already happening.
It's new. Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's already happening to the end of 2023. So
for what? Why did they say? Did they say why?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't see that. I just looked it up and I was just like, I guess we can look it up now. If
why? So, dude, McDonald's is one of those companies where honestly you really don't need to advertise. They do just because they're just greedy, money hungry, whatever. But you don't really need to advertise. They have such a hook in people. It's just like Walmart advertising. Unless they're advertising something new Why do y'all advertise?
Well, you actually do need to continue to advertise to stay
Relevant?
I mean, if you want to be top dog.
Okay.
You know, advertising, bro. Advertising. Do y'all know that advertising and commercials comes from the Nazis? It comes from their brainwash. It's a brainwashing technique.
I didn't know that they invented it, but
Is that the same thing as when they, or maybe you're familiar with, like they wanted to win a war, so what they did was took over someone's airwaves and they put porn on like their TV,
Wow.
like 24/7. You familiar?
I've never heard that, but that would work. Like that would work. Yeah. So I get what you're saying. You're like, everybody's been so brainwashed that. True, but if somebody came along with new advertisement, people would start going there.
Okay,
like
that
if,
makes sense.
If Walmart stops advertising and McDonald's stop advertising and Costco starts advertising more, or they like get celebrities, oh, I got my Costco's card, then people will literally start going to Costco.
I don't see too much, honestly. I mean, that's what we don't watch TV.
No.
But I'll see random. I see Walmart in like emails, like, you know, I'll get random emails. Or, but I don't really see them on like reels and stuff, like sponsored ads.
I get McDonald's.
I get
like,
McDonald's for sure. What'd you find out, Mel?
I think it's just a promotion. It doesn't say like why they're doing it. It's just a promotion, but I'll assume it's to promote for their app as well, because you either show it. It's a mobile thing that you can redeem, and you just show it to the employee.
So it's a McDonald's app.
Yeah, you get a medium-sized fry.
Look, that sounds good, right? That's reasonable. There has to always be like, why are they doing it? Oh, they're just promoting their app. You know what I mean? It has to be that way.
Sounds.
It cannot just be Bill Gates is donating 1 billion potatoes to McDonald's to give away fries every Friday. It cannot just be that.
This has been happening for a while.
Yeah,
like they've been using his potatoes for a while.
I'm sure.
Yeah, like.
Or it could actually just be an experiment, which is why they're tracking it through the app and everything.
That could be it.
And
too.
they might want to see, well, what's going to happen with these people? What's going to happen with their health?
And you know what? It makes sense, because think about the burgers. A lot of the burgers on Cheeseburger Day, people had to use their app. That's how they could track it. Otherwise, everyone just keep coming back and getting them. So they had to use an app.
So the cheeseburger, okay, let's see. Well, I mean, I guess you could use Appeal products in that as well.
Well, I'm not even thinking about it that way, but just in general as a test. Like, okay, let's get people like used to doing this. Like, oh, they did the cheeseburgers. Nobody turned into a zombie, right? Oh, then we did the fries. Nobody turned into a zombie. And then now in 6 months, we're going to do something really devilish. And then that's when we're going to release.
Do you think we'll get zombies like how it's depicted in like movies and stuff?
No.
I think no. Here's the thing: we have in the body there are zombie cells. That's literally what they're called, and they're cells that are deteriorating, but they are not. They're still strong enough so the body can't break them down. They're called zombie cells, and they literally spread to other healthy cells, and they create more zombie cells. So that's a real thing. So I could see how. What would happen is after a level of deterioration, then that would be what would be considered a zombie, where basically you get to the point where you just start aging very rapidly and you pass away and you're sick. But I don't think we'd ever. It's
Zombies
Hollywood.
are undead.
Yeah,
that's
undead,
the thing we have to. We're not gonna have any undead, but what movies do, what TV does, is they take something real and they exaggerate it to the umpteenth degree, so that you're looking for that, but it's like, bro, we're zombies already. You go out in public and you just see people doing this all day.
Like yes, even older people now.
Yeah, so that's the real zombies. We just don't see it because that's not what they depicted.
Yeah,
and that's just one example. There's many others. It's the herd mentality.
Yeah.
It's the whole Matrix. Anyone can be an agent. That whole thing, how people get upset. You mentioned flat Earth. People lose their whole.
Oh my gosh!
Like, it's just like they just
go into comment sections of people talking about flat Earth. Oh my gosh!
There's nothing good in there.
I mean, because I actually recently did see like a good demonstration of like the dome, and to me, it makes sense. You know,
Mel was like,
to me, it makes sense. You know how they talk about the sun and the moon, and then how we're like in this dome and there's just gas and they look like the stars. And this dude gave a really good example. I was just like, nigga, they're talking this shit right now. But in the comment section,
Oh yeah, it's
they be going
it's crazy how people post pictures and they'll be like, "This is what I saw a picture today." It was like, "This is a picture of Saturn from one of its moons," and it's so clear, and it's like, bro, y'all realize this is a CGI, like,
This is it. This
like,
is it.
I will show you the dome as seen in our firmament. Here are your stars. Nothing more than bubbles. Maybe contains gas or not. But only thing is an external light or a torch. There you have on your left the sun, and there you have on your right the moon. Very clearly you can see the yellow sun with daylight and white like in the night. If I turn it in correct angle, there you have your day and night. Do you see it? If I want to make an eclipse, I only have to put the light in a determined way, and the two will combine. Boom! Eclipses. All right, this is a simple way so you can understand how I see the firmament. Now you can come up with your excuses. There you can see two lights. One for the day as sun.
These comments.
oh, bro, listen.
toxic.
It said, "I'll play. So why does the moon have phases? Explain ocean tides." This is so hilarious. So where out of this half dome is some big bloke holding a big torch. Man, so like if you put in your position to put your ideas or thoughts out there that goes against the norm, you got to be prepared to be trolled.
I mean, like at the end of the day, it's just like why do they get so upset that someone thinks differently than them?
Right.
You know, and the question is always, well, why? Well, why are they lying to us? If this is true, why? What was the purpose of the lie? I mean, like, how many times have we thought something was something and then it was actually something different and then it's changed?
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you think about like the health, because it just makes so much more sense because of what we all do. But when you think about health, things always are changing. They're always learning. Oh, we found a new molecule. Oh, we found a new fatty acid. They just recently found a new fatty acid that was like really great for like weight loss or whatever, right? Like they're always discovering new things. Why? Because there's so much we don't know.
When you don't know, the more you know, the more you realize how much you don't know.
Exactly.
Well, that
like,
would be the healthy way to approach it.
right.
Yeah.
But like when you look at it from the lens of, yeah, we're modern science, we're the smartest we've ever been. It's just like, well, you think that we're coming up at the end of society? Like, bro, there's so many years that are gonna go on after us. Like, we have no idea how much we actually know and how much we don't know. So it's just like if we knew everything, and if we knew this was the moon and this was the star and da 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 da, like there's nothing else to discover. Like it literally just doesn't make sense because we are constantly discovering new things about our own bodies.
Well,
so you think we know everything about the stars?
Here's the thing about the stars and the cosmology. The nail in the coffin for a lot of our argument really is the pictures from the moon, the pictures from space. That was really the nail in the coffin. Okay, they went up, beam me up, Scotty. They went to the moon. That's it. They took the picture from the moon. We saw the Earth. It's a globe. No more discussion. That's why a lot of people are like, oh, nigga, yeah, okay, that makes sense typically, but we have pictures. Now, the problem is you start breaking down these pictures. Mm-hmm. Once you start breaking down the pictures and you see, oh, they've been photoshopped.
Yeah.
Now it's like, okay, well, do we have pictures?
I mean, you literally have, I mean, like, bro, that documentary on, what was it? Something strange happened on the way to the moon?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Something like that.
Like, I mean, that documentary is crazy. Like, this is like, to me, it looks like real footage. You know, like, it's not like this isn't.
Well, it does look like, because it's
real footage.
Right.
And it's just like, bro, they're literally lying. And you can see it as clear as day. You see videos of Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong, and they're literally people are coming up to them with the Bible and saying, "Can you put your Bible put your hand on the Bible and tell us that you actually went to the moon?" And they're just like, "Get out of my face! Why would I do that? I'm not doing that." Like, bro, if Steven, would you put your hand on the Bible and say your name is Steven? Oh, my name is Steven. Like, it's not that hard. So it's just, bro, if you have an open mind, there's nothing wrong with seeing both sides of the argument, and then just thinking,
exactly.
Maybe what I think is not true. Like, what's wrong with that?
Well, here's my thing, and this is why I said it's a part of the Matrix and just that the zombies. If you just look, they tell us we have these 5 doll senses. Let's just pretend like that's true. Use your 5 doll senses to determine where you live, like what do you live on. Okay, they say we're spinning at 1,000 miles, we're flying around the sun at 66,000 miles, and then our whole universe is spinning around the Great Attractor at fucking 666,000 miles, whatever, right?
Yeah, whatever.
First of all, these numbers are weird. Do you, with your 5 doll senses, sense any movement at all?
No.
No, you don't. You do not. Okay, unless you've been drinking too much or something like that.
Do I feel what they're saying is happening to this Earth as far as like rotating and spinning?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
No, we are rotating.
We're going fast as shit right now.
We're rotating on an axis, so we're rotating almost on an angle. And then you have a moon
wobbly.
that's going around us, and our galaxy is moving through space.
Yeah, we're rotating. We are spinning on our axis. We're rotating around. We're revolving around the sun, and the actual galaxy is moving through space.
All at the same time, all perfectly synced to the point where they can tell you, no, in 2024 you have a lunar eclipse. Like, bro, y'all are that accurate. But we can't go back to the moon? Like, come on.
We can't go back to the moon.
Just don't. Like,
bro,
the math
I can't even get Wi-Fi. I can't even get Wi-Fi from one end of my house to the other. But you can calculate.
Come on,
and
bro.
also, somehow, all of this is happening, right? You have all this movement happening, and the North Star is always the North Star. You could take the time-lapse photos of the stars, and you get perfect circles. Perfect circles.
Do we know if there is a reason why that's happening? Like, is there an explanation that the people who who even knows are professional
I'm
stargazers
sure
or whatever?
I'm sure they have an explanation.
For everything.
They typically have an explanation
Gravity.
for everything.
Gravity just keeps everything locked.
They'll use something like they'll use a blanket statement. So it's not good. It's not a good explanation. Like, it doesn't really explain it well.
So even if we had a scientific person here, if they explained it well to you all, would you all like believe them or trust in like, okay, what you're saying makes sense, so this is an actuality that can happen?
If somebody explains something in extremely simple form, like extremely simple format where we could do experiment and we can verify it, then yes, but that never happens. So what you're saying, you're presenting a scenario that has and will never happen. And that's the reason why I feel so strongly that they're lying, because if something is too complicated for a layman to understand, there's probably trickery involved. Like, nothing in our reality is that complicated. It's not. There's a lot of stuff that we think is complicated because we've been lied to about it. And there's all this, well, science is ever progressing. It's just what, like Steven said. There was a time, and I don't even know what is being taught now, but there was a time when we were taught that you had a nucleus and electrons and protons, and they were the protons and the neutrons and electrons were all in this perfect dance, and that created what, like an atom?
Mm-hmm. Something like that.
And then those atoms stuck together and created the cell, and we all came from this stuff, right? I don't know if they're teaching it now, but then they found out, that it was just light and vibration frequency. Like, it's not these particles spinning and dancing with each other.
So those aren't truths. Those are just
They're theories.
They're theories that were taught to us as truth, right? When we were in school, as fact. And it was never a question. It was never up for debate. It wasn't like, this is what they currently believe. It was like, this is what it is. This is what we have found, what it is. And that's how they taught us.
I mean, because oftentimes if you have someone who's in a leadership role, you automatically assume that they're very well knowledgeable about the things that they're speaking about. And you don't know anything about what they're teaching. And so you're just like, okay. And then you adopt their way of thinking versus going outside of the box to try to prove what they're talking about to be wrong.
Why waste your time trying to prove that what they're saying is wrong when they've already done all the legwork?
Yeah, and it's easier for you to just accept it and believe it.
You just assume it's correct.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something else too about your senses, your 5 doll senses. One of the senses you have is you could tell your orientation in space. Meaning, if I take you up in the air, I blindfold you, spin you around, and hang you upside down, you're gonna know you're upside down, right? But yet, when I was a child, and I'd be like, okay, what do people in Australia do from falling off the bottom of the ball? They're like, they don't know they're on the bottom. They just feel oriented upright. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
It literally, when you look at the globe and you are on top and you are here, and then you say, well, you drill straight down, you get to China. Well, if these people are upside down, how do they feel right side up? Like, literally, even now as an adult, it doesn't make sense.
Like, if the earth is a big old globe.
That's what they're...
Like, if we're up here,
Yep.
and they're down here, like,
Yep.
hold on, cuz.
How
like,
are they...
somebody upside down. Somebody
Right.
got to be upside down.
I mean, how do you... I mean, like, how... Like, and I'm
and-
sure there's an explanation for that.
But we're spinning, though.
Well, yeah, we're spinning. We're definitely spinning. So Mel's gonna say, well, Chris, is there a scientific explanation? Yeah, it's gravity. See, that's what they do. It's gravity.
It's
Right.
gravity.
It's gravity. Oh, okay.
So I'm
that's why.
upside down, actually, and I don't feel it.
And I don't feel it. It's gravity.
But when I'm upside down with them, it's normal. Like, bro, it just doesn't make sense.
They use gravity as the blanket.
But when you
whenever they
add
can't
gravity to
explain
anything, it's
something.
like, oh, it's all good. But yet they can't prove gravity.
They can't reproduce gravity, et cetera, et cetera. So it becomes very problematic.
I think it would probably, yeah. And aside from people just trolling when it comes to you believing in something that's different than a sphere, I would assume that the powers that be would automatically put people in that position to, if they hear anything about flat earth, to attack people who believe in a flat earth or something that's different than what we've been taught.
Oh, you mean Neil deGrasse Tyson, the
Yeah.
actor?
Yeah.
You know, the thing about it is, I don't even believe in a flat earth. I just don't believe in a round globe.
Yeah,
Right,
I don't
right.
believe in outer space.
People
and
be like, what? So you believe in flat Earth? I'm like, I don't know what the shape is. It's not a globe.
Yeah.
it's just not a spinning globe in an ever expanding galaxy.
It's
like,
not.
That's all.
It is not what we like.
Are been taught.
It's not what we've been taught. I don't know what it is, but it's not what we've been taught. It could be a half circle. It could be like this. You know what I mean? Like, because if
It
you,
can look like a snow globe. Like,
I mean,
like
vi-
when you get
it
on
could be
trips.
all kinds of things, but I do not believe it is what we've been taught. Period. So I don't know what it is.
That's a good mindset to go into it because you have to think the opposite of everything that you've been taught to really understand.
Yeah, dude. Like, you start just thinking outside the box, man, and anything.
Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden you have like, okay, there's room for growth. If you feel like, no, well, this is just space and everything is what it is, just like, okay, yeah, I know that, and move on. It's like, but do you know it?
You know, it's funny. So they use the tides. Someone mentioned the tides, right? And it's like, okay, the way they explain it is the gravity from the moon, right? It's always gravity. It's gravity, moon and gravity. Okay, or what if it's that the Earth breathes? Now those are two completely different ideas, and one of them being true and one of them being false would change everything.
So the Earth is breathing. I mean, it's a living organism.
It's a living organism.
So I can understand
We breathe.
that. Yeah.
We inhale and we
That's
exhale.
a good point.
Yeah, and I guess even in the Bible, for people who I guess follow the Bible, they say we come from the dirt, so that would mean that we come from Earth, right?
Yeah, we're shaped from the Earth. Yes. So if the Earth breathes, that's a whole different. That means that's different.
There's so much about the Earth that we don't actually know.
There's a lot we don't
We
know.
can't get to the core of it. We can't send probes down there.
I'm pretty sure they changed the core of the Earth now too. It was a core of hot molten
Yeah.
lava, right? And now I think it's an iron ball. I'm
Oh,
not
I
even
don't know.
sure.
I don't keep up.
But they've changed it since we were children.
Yeah, I've always known it as a core of hot molten lava, basically. Like there's
Like
just
basically a sun.
There's
in the
just
middle
basically a
of the
sun
earth.
inside of the earth. And that could be a
I mean, that's how it's always depicted in films and stuff too.
yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just know it's not what they teach us.
Well, how does anyone know? We can't get to the center of the earth.
Yeah.
So why are we playing?
Yeah.
It's just like, we don't know. Like, just tell us. We don't know. We don't know what's at the center of the earth.
We're still trying to figure
We're
it out.
still trying to figure it out.
Because
Why are you just lying?
Yeah.
And my thing is this. Maybe they do know, right? Maybe they actually do know, because the only reason we don't know stuff is because information's been hidden from us. Ain't nobody out there exploring right now. We're not even allowed to explore. What happened to the age of exploration? You know what I mean? Finding new lands and finding new this and finding what happened to
They
that? found
it all.
They found it all.
Everything's found.
GPS.
We're good.
GPS.
They found One Piece.
You know, it's like, bro, we just being lied to, and we're being taught that this is the nature and makeup of your world, so you don't explore. It's the same. It's no different from what they do to elephants. They have a baby elephant, these mighty creatures. They tie them to a rope, stick a stick in the ground. It can't get away from the rope. Now it's a 1,000-pound animal or whatever, 2,000-pound animal. It could easily pull the stick out of the ground, and it stays stuck to the stick because it's been taught it can't pull it out.
That's the power of conditioning.
That's all they're doing to us on a much more complex. I mean, it's not even really that complex. This is what they're doing to us.
Yeah. Did y'all hear about Tyrese's situation? About his ex-girlfriend,
Ex-wife?
Well, yeah, sorry, ex-wife, speaking about how she would have done things differently in their marriage instead of going through with the divorce, because she had people in her ear or close friends or whatever.
Single women.
She had people in her ear telling her that, she should get rid of the divorce. And so it made me think about is unconditional love something that that we can actually experience? Can you have unconditional love for someone? Because if you love someone, you love them unconditionally. It's not based on what they can.
Well, I think they're two different words.
Yeah.
Okay.
But do you think it's possible to be in love with someone
love someone unconditionally, or to be loved unconditionally, or both?
Yeah, it would have to be both.
I do. I think so. And
Could you love someone unconditionally?
I do love someone unconditionally. My daughter.
Well, yeah. I think that's a given. But I'm
Is
talking.
it?
I'm talking aside from like family. But I'm talking about like
You're talking about like another adult, like in a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not talking about like children.
Yeah, not family and stuff like that, because that's a given. But it's not easily a given, but just it's more uncommon if it's outside of the family.
I think that to love someone without conditions, that's tough, because we always expect something in return. I think that over time, I don't know. This is tough because I'm number one. I'm going through my experiences, and I've been in love, genuinely in love, and I'm trying. The easy thing will be just to say yes, you can. But then I'm trying to see if I have
personal experiences of having to love someone.
I'm thinking about the people that I've loved, and have I loved them, but have I loved them under conditions? And then if those conditions were not met, or they were not getting met, did I still feel the same? Right? Because we have to kind of break that word down a little bit, I would have to say that based upon my experience, I think that it is something that can be achieved, but I think that is a word that is way too overused, because I think that type of love needs time to build. And I'm not even talking about, I think that is more, that would be harder to get than even loving someone so much you die for them. You know what I mean? Like, because loving someone unconditionally, in my head, I hear that as loving someone no matter the condition and under no conditions which is just the way that my brain makes it make sense.
Let me define it. I mean, I looked it up.
Unconditional love.
Mel's getting definitions.
Yeah, to get a proper definition so we can set the basis.
Okay, let's get a baseline, Mel.
Unconditional love, simply put, is love without strings attached. It's love you offer freely. You don't base it on what someone does for you in return. You simply love them and want nothing more than their happiness. This type of love, sometimes called compassionate or agape love, might sound somewhat familiar, or agape.
Agape. I don't think unconditional love and agape love are the same.
I don't either. When it put those two together, I was like, I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
I think that the very first part of that definition was exactly along the lines of what I was thinking.
For the most part.
Yeah.
There's
But I just is it a thing? Yes. I do not think that it's something easy to get, because people, if you think about a girl that you're going after and you've just been her friend for a long time and you genuinely are in love with her, you're in love with her. Why? What are the conditions that you're loving her under? What do you want in return? I love her. I want a relationship with her. You want something. Like, is that unconditional love? No, you want something from her. You want a relationship with her. You want to have sex with her. I think that it's something that would probably be used way too early, and it's something that you build over a long period of time. Where it's like, no matter what, at this point in life, I love this person so much, I don't want anything from them. I just want to love them. So, but I don't know if I've ever experienced that genuinely in another person, like as an adult.
Yeah. How about you, Chris?
It's a Disney fantasy.
Everything goes back to Disney.
I mean, Disney plays a huge role in it, though. Seriously. But yeah, it's literally a Disney. It doesn't even make sense. The two words don't even go together. Unconditional love. All love is conditional, even for children, by the way. If my child becomes a mass murderer and kills all of my loved ones, I'm not going to love that person anymore.
I mean, you could fall out of love with people.
Unconditional love is ridiculous. It's just like conspiracy theories. It's probably created by the CIA. It's ridiculous. No, there's no such thing as unconditional love. No, there's no unconditional love. The only person that can love, or the only entity that can love unconditionally, would be God. Yeah. Because if God exists, God created everything about us and everything in this world. You cannot be mad at your own creation. Other than that, no, there's no unconditional love. So I don't believe in it. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's a standard that people have in their head that's very unattainable. I think there's conditions on all kinds of love. I think there's more than one different kind of love, which in most languages there are different words for love. Mm-hmm. So being able to express love properly, in America, we don't even have the words to express it verbally. So I personally just do it via my actions. And that's a problem for a lot of people, because if people can't hear you say the words, they don't feel the thing, and it's like, dang, that's messed up. Those words don't even exist for us.
Right. Because I think about that when I hear about women. Women, I want to hear you say you love me. And it's like, bro, my actions are literally telling you how I feel about you.
You like using that
accent, because my last relationship was with a woman who had an accent.
I want to hear you say I love you. Tell me you love me.
Tell me you love me.
But girl, I show you.
But this is the crux of the argument. Because if I cannot verbally convey how I feel about you, because the words don't exist in our language, I can never truly connect with you the way you need to be connected with. Could that not cause a major void in our relationship?
Yeah.
If you're one of those people that desire that or need that. So this is why, when I was studying language, I'm like, bro, our language is designed to keep us in a low vibrational frequency. Yeah. Like, it's designed to do that. This is not a natural tongue at all.
That's what I felt when I first fell in love, like my very first love. I was just like, I think what I feel is deeper than love, but I can't explain it. I can't say another word that's more powerful. I said, this is not love that I'm feeling. I said, this is deep. I was going through the dictionary, Googling. It's like,
Wow.
yeah, I was trying to find something that defined what I was feeling because it was much stronger than what we known to love to be.
I think that, well, number one, like, so you mentioned agape, and I don't know all of them, but I know there's like, is it Felipe?
Felipe,
Phileo.
that's a Spanish
Phileo.
name. No, I know
Phileo
what
is
y'all
like
talking about.
brotherly love.
Let me see if I can find it.
Agape is like romantic love.
Because I actually made a podcast, well, videos about this shit.
Oh, well, you should know now. You should be an expert.
Right? I should have been an expert. I got a video on this shit.
Just because you do a video on it, don't mean you remember it completely.
No,
Stop
not
trying
at
to-
all.
Right,
A lot
like
of people use scripts anyway.
right, like you know what I mean. People be like, "Oh, Steven, talk about that." I'm like, "Wait a minute, when did I talk about this before?" Like, bro, just because I had made a video about it, don't mean I had like
I remember all this
I
shit.
was able to talk about it.
See, that's the beauty of how I do mine. I was thinking about that the other day. I don't use scripts.
I don't use
and I
scripts
don't
either.
prepare. I don't have notes. Everything is literally off the top.
You have bullet points though, right?
No.
Bullet points. You know what,
99% of the time I don't. When I do challenges and stuff, I need the date. Remember this date, Chris? But when I'm teaching, especially on my old,
I think that's something that's significant to you though.
yeah.
You know, because I mean, I could do that, but to a certain extent.
I have bullet points, and then if it's a lot of information, I'll put a bullet point and then a sentence. So and then I'll just expound on it.
Right.
But certain things I can go off the top, but if I need to clearly convey information, I'll make sure it's structured.
Right.
But I don't do well with scripts.
Yeah, which you know, there's no right or wrong. It's back. Okay, look at Lil Wayne, right? Lil Wayne,
Weezy.
he doesn't write any of his stuff down. He just goes off.
Same thing with Jay.
That's why I
Right.
say he forgot more stuff than you ever thought of or whatever.
But
like,
that's the problem, right? He don't remember his own lines. He'll literally he'll be looking at something. He'll be like, "Who? Yeah, that's fire. Who wrote that?"
Mm-hmm.
Like you did. What?
did you figure it out, Mel?
It's in my video.
Oh, we have to
I don't
watch your
wanna go
videos?
through the entire video, but I
Just Googled it.
Oh.
Yeah, literally.
yeah, I could have, but
I thought that's what you were doing.
no, I wasn't. I know it's like agape.
You don't remember none of the names? Golly, man.
I mean,
I gave you two, or I gave you at least the one.
I thought I had it in my thing, but I think I deleted it because like I'll be trying to like save space. You know what I mean, instead of just
What, in your notes?
yeah.
You just gotta get a Galaxy.
Okay, so there's four. Well, I'm sure there's more.
No, there's definitely more.
Um,
I know. Put it on my TikTok. Let me go on my profile on my TikTok.
yeah. So you have like Greek love. Okay, but we'll go off the top. We'll go off these four because so eros or
Yeah, eros.
erotic, passionate love. Philia.
Philia. Yeah.
Philia, love of friends and equals.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it. Storage. It's not storage.
It's
It looks-
storage.
Storage. Love of parents or children, and then agape is love of mankind.
Yeah.
So, and once again, there are probably levels of intensities to these. So, as in a relationship, we're talking about eros love,
Yeah.
you know, romantic, erotic, that type of love. And then, of course, you have love of, you know, your children, of parents, because you do feel differently for everybody.
Yeah.
So I think that
Love is on different levels. It's not just one way to define
correct.
it.
So love in and of itself, that word is just not a good word. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like you should use a different word for how you feel,
Yeah.
because I'm going to feel way more strongly with someone that I'm like having sex with than a best friend. But I'm going to love you in a different way. You know, there's another level of loyalty there, and you know, and then time. Same with parents, right? From a parent to a child, and from a child to a parent.
Yeah.
You know, so it's hard to, as Chris said, you know, the English language is trash. So it's really hard to actually describe these things.
Do you think it puts a man in a vulnerable position when they express verbally how they feel to a woman?
And
like if they just
what kind of feelings are we talking about?
like if you're in a relationship and you're expressing to your woman like, yo, I love you so much, I would do anything for you. Like you create this, you feel this void in my heart. Basically just expressing your love verbally. Like, do you think that creates a sense of weakness in the man?
me personally,
or vulnerability?
Steve's going to say, no, of course not.
no. Well, I think that there is to give you a clear answer, no.
Of course not.
But I think that there's a way to do it, and there is a time. You know, I don't see in a monogamous relationship that there's an issue telling the woman or reaffirming her that you love her. But at the same time, that really also depends on the woman, because she may be, if she sees it as weak or like, nah, don't say it, show me, you know, that may be how she sees things. So just getting to know the person that you're with, I think that's important, because some women need to hear it. Like, and maybe that's because they have insecurities or because their last relationship, they need to hear it. So in that situation, they see it as a benefit. Like, no, tell me you love me. I want to hear it. But other women are like, nah, I feel it, you know? So I think that really is really about the connection between the two people and what you are comfortable with in saying and doing, and then what the other person needs to help them feel whole in that relationship. So I think it's really about communication. But
what are your thoughts, Chris?
Yeah, I think it depends on the woman mostly, because if this question was about men, like, do you like lose leverage in a friendship with a man if you tell them that you love them? It's absolute no. Like, men don't care, whatever. I mean, love for men is weird. We don't care about love as much. We really like respect, but for women, it's different. They experience it differently, so the impact is greater, I would say, and it depends on the woman. You know, at the end of the day, women can always use that as leverage against you. So once you give them that, they can always use it as leverage. I think that's just the important thing to understand. I don't think it's necessarily gonna make you look weak or something in front of a woman. Most women do expect you to tell them that you love them. That's not really uncommon, but they will leverage it against you if they feel they need to, and that's where it becomes problematic. Men won't do that. I wouldn't leverage my brother, the love I have for my brothers or vice versa, against them. Mm-hmm. It's just women will do that sometimes. I mean, a lot of times, because you're in a high sensitivity relationship. Like, there's high emotion, there's passion. That's why passion crimes is a thing. You typically don't see passion crimes you typically don't see the passion crimes coming from outside of like those romantic relationships. I'm not saying they don't exist, but there's way more rare.
I mean, I echo y'all's sentiments as well. I would add that when I'm in a relationship with a woman, I do want to know that they love me. I don't need it to be like a consistent thing, like you have to tell me every day. Well, it would be cool. Be like, yo, hey, love you. You know, it's not even like a second thought. But I don't need it. Like, you have to tell me you love me every day in order for me to to feel as if you love me, you know?
So let me ask you something, Mel. Because you're different from me for sure with this. And you and Steve might be similar. Do you need love in a relationship?
Do I need love?
Let's remove love from the relationship, and you're getting everything else you need. Do you need love? Is that a deal breaker? Like, if a woman does not love you, you cannot be with her.
What does that look like?
See, I figured y'all were on the same wavelength, because you can't even conceive it. You think they go hand in hand.
No, it's like, what am I
are we
using her for? Like she's like, we're just being partners in this sense, because there's no like romantic emotions.
I didn't say that.
But
no. See, you're wrapping all
I'm
this.
changing it up to how I perceive it.
Okay. No,
that's why I said,
not,
what does that look like? It was a very clear question.
I'm talking to Mel. I'm not answering your question.
I mean, I think it would help him get to.
Well, that's what he's doing. So what does it look like? Or you're saying, okay, so there's no romance? No, that's not what I'm saying. There is romance.
Okay.
So what does it
So are we just love? But does love have to be displayed with an action in order for me to know that they're doing it without me feeling it? Or I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't.
All right,
know.
okay.
I'm
Let
not
me
saying-
let me see if I can make
because
this.
I love all my peoples.
Okay, let me see if I can make this. First of all, I'm talking about the romantic love, like the love what you guys might consider unconditional love, right? That love. We're talking about that level of love. We're not talking about the love you have for a fellow man.
Oh, my dick probably wouldn't get hard.
Let me finish.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
So, because this is about to mess you up. Then, when you meet a girl and you are physically attracted to her, and she doesn't love you because she doesn't even know who you are, you can't have sex with her. Is what you're saying?
Right.
Okay, so you've never met a girl, and
Well,
that's
no.
okay.
Well, it depends on my desire.
Okay,
Because
but
I
that's
met-
not my
It's
question.
sort of like a one night stand. I don't have fucking emotions for this one night stand chick.
That wasn't my question. I said, do you need love? Not do you need to feel? Not do.
Do
not,
I in
not,
a relationship?
Not do you need to love her? I'm not asking. Do you need to
do
love
I
her?
need love from her?
I'm asking. Does she need to love you in order for it to work?
Does she need to? Yes, because it got to, man, nigga. I don't know, bro.
I think yes is a good answer.
I think yes.
Okay, I
because
mean,
it's like I don't want to be with someone who don't love me. It's just like, bruh, what the
Why?
fuck you with me for? What you with me for?
so everything's about love. So the whole foundation of the relationship is pinned against love.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I think no.
Yeah, I mean, there's in any kind of relationship, there's love there.
No, it's not.
Unless it's like a business type thing.
Okay.
But that's it. But if it's like someone that you're close with, that you spend every day with, there has to be some level
Once
of
again,
love. Otherwise, you'll neglect a lot of your
I tried
responsibilities.
to clarify because obviously we only have one word for love. So I tried to clarify. I'm not talking.
Gave you 4.
Huh?
I just gave you 4.
Okay. No. Those aren't even our language. I'm talking about. Let's be honest. We experience when we talk about love. We experience one thing. We say one thing, and they don't necessarily correlate because we only have one word. So what I'm saying is the romantic.
Eros.
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 Okay. She can love you the other ways, but I'm saying that Eros love, you need that. You cannot not have that. It doesn't mean that you don't have sex or romance. I'm just saying the way that she feels about you is not at that level where she has that Eros love.
Yeah, I would say I need that in a relationship.
Okay, Steven.
Yeah. I don't know why I would not want that.
I didn't ask you if you wanted it. That's not my question.
Yeah, it wouldn't make me feel good.
How would you know?
It would make what?
How would you know?
How would I know what?
How would you know that she doesn't have that Eros?
Why keep saying it
Okay,
like that?
if she doesn't naturally, I guess, if she doesn't have that feeling, but her actions give me that feeling, I would be okay with that.
Passionate love, erotic. I mean, those words are pretty
Does that make sense?
pretty clear.
What does that have to do with my question, though?
You said, how would you know? I mean, I understand. I know what passion
bro,
is.
so you're telling me that in your past relationships, you described the love that woman had for you like that? Because I wouldn't. I've only been with a couple women that I would describe like that.
Well, just because you said that, would you be in a relationship with someone like this? I mean, we're talking about coming from where I am now and my level of understanding. I mean, I've been in plenty of relationships where this wasn't there, but that doesn't mean that's what I would want. And that's not where I would choose today.
Y'all are twisting my question. I'm asking if it's a requirement. I didn't ask what your preferences was. What's your perfect girl?
As of
I know you
2023, as of the man I am now, yes.
Okay. So I would say no. I don't think it's necessary.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary at all.
Explain why you would say no.
Well, because that all builds on that narrative of finding your prince and falling in love and the passion and blah blah blah, all the Disney stuff. This is not Disney.
Why does it have to be Disney in order to
It's literally
feel love from
It's
someone?
literally where you got it from. Where else did you see it? Where did you see that type? Where did you see that type of love?
Like, I didn't look at Disney to
Where
find
did
my
you
love.
see that type
First
of
of
love?
all, I've experienced this type of love. So it's
Before
not
you
saying-
ever experienced it, where did you see it? Because you were taught about it before you experienced it. Right?
I was never taught about this.
So you never saw that in the movie? You never saw it?
No, this was
serious?
first of all, this was biblical. When I read about these.
Okay.
This is in the Bible.
I didn't ask when you
You said when did I ever see it?
I said when did you yes, when did you see it? When were you taught about it?
I never was taught it. I saw it in the Bible.
So you're saying that before you saw it on TV, you were taught about it on the Bible?
I've never seen it on TV.
You've never seen that on TV? It's in every love movie ever. What are you talking about?
What, you're talking about
look
the
at the
experience or the
Notebook.
words?
Oh, I like The Notebook. That's one of my favorite movies.
Y'all are capping right now. This is
I'm not
ridiculous.
capping. What are you talking about?
Steven, you're telling me that before you ever experienced it, you never saw it anywhere.
Are you
And you had to live for what, 18
Are
years?
you talking about the words or are you talking about the actual type of love?
Do you even remember my question?
I just
I said, where were you taught about it? I didn't say where did you experience
where was I taught about what? The words or the actual type of love?
Please explain the difference between the words and the actual type of love. I don't even understand that.
Eros, philia, storage.
No, we're not talking about those words. We're talking about the definition of the words.
So erotic, passionate, love.
Erotic, passionate love. Yes, that.
Okay,
those
well,
things.
what do you? Okay, yeah, I would probably see it on TV before I saw it in real life.
So then Mel said,
as a child, where would I see
exactly,
erotic, passionate love?
Exactly. So then when Mel says, why do you keep going back to the TV? It's because of that. The first experiences you ever had with it was from TV.
Okay. Where else would you experience it? And with us,
well, where else
up?
would you? You'd experience it within your relationship.
Okay, well,
and then
at some point,
it wouldn't be a narrative that someone shaped for you. It wouldn't be a personal experience.
Well, no one shaped this. I've experienced it.
Steven, they shaped it because you watched it. I just told you commercials are propaganda. It's designed to brainwash you.
I've experienced this before.
I understand what Chris is saying. It's just it's kind of a hard concept because if all we have been taught about the way that we see love on TV, that will be the way that we receive it versus, you know, like if we weren't influenced by the media machine, we may view it differently. Sort of how, you know, I guess the way we were taught with globes and shit. I guess it kind of be in that sense.
It's exactly the same.
Yes. I mean, so I get that because, I mean, it makes sense. It's just
no one taught me when I felt
but
that
you
type
wouldn't
of
know
love.
that because you didn't have another way of learning that aside
Correct.
from these mediums.
Correct.
I don't think I understand.
So you're taking the word taught. You're taking the word taught, and you're saying no one sat me down in a class and said this is how you should feel, and this is what the temperature of your body, and da da da. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about conditioning. You have been conditioned to experience love a certain way, to express love a certain way, so on and so forth. And then I ask, where did that conditioning come from?
Okay, well then, I mean, Chris, well, everything is a conditioning. You have to learn something from someone or in some way.
Of course.
So everything is a conditioning.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
that doesn't
great.
change this. That doesn't change my argument. So the point is, have you ever challenged that conditioning? You guys are saying that you need to have love in your relationship for it to work. And I'm saying, no, I don't think it does. I don't personally believe that. And so we both were conditioned the same way, but we do have different viewpoints on it. And the only reason my viewpoint on it is different is because I've challenged this conditioning. That's all. So what I'm doing is I'm putting it in y'all. I'm putting a seed in y'all's mind to challenge that conditioning. You've been taught through the conditioning that you need love for the relationship to work and make sense. I think that's the wool being pulled over our eyes. Because this is us in America. Now go to a different country, a different culture. Now all of a sudden the conditioning is different, and they believe different things, and they have a whole different outlook on things. We don't even have to go very far. You just go to a different culture outside of the modern Western world, and it's different, and you get different responses.
I'm there. Not to the actuality of, you know, going through the motions, how you feel, but being in a prior relationship and be like, man, what is going wrong here? Like, what is the issue here? It got me to that point where it made me feel as if I'm basing it all on love, I'll eventually always get hurt in some capacity. So like I'm like in the bridge between that. It's just that I haven't brought that to fruition. So I get where you're coming from when it comes to that. But Steven hasn't been in so many relationships. You know, when you think about, I mean, like for where you've been in.
Are you trying to play me?
No, he's trying to defend you.
No, I'm not playing you. It's just that your last relationship prior to, it's been a while since you've been in a relationship.
Okay.
Like a genuine love-based relationship. It's been a minute. So it's sort of like how Anthony is too. He doesn't have many experiences when it comes to relationships. So
Which makes sense.
yeah, it makes sense on the outcomes that happen. So it's just
The way I feel, this is new. This is new. And it's based on I've had so many experiences with women. And but I approach it logically. And I'm like, what's going on? It's kind of like you said earlier, is love the reason?
Is it not plausible that you can approach a relationship logically and desire love in that relationship as well?
I mean, that's not that statement is not, that really doesn't add to the conversation though.
Okay.
Because that's not the question about, I'm telling you
you said the question was, is romantic love, erotic love required to be in a relationship for you?
right, is a requirement. And I said it's not in mine. And I think that,
Why is it not? Why can we just not have different
the
experiences and different desires?
of course we can have different experiences and
Why does it
different
have
desires.
to be conditioning?
It is conditioning though. You already said that. You already agreed to that.
I did. I mean, not really.
Yeah, you did.
everything is
Everything is
You
conditioning.
said that,
Okay,
yeah.
so but what is it? But what if that is what I genuinely like?
How do you know if you've never seen the other side?
What is the other? What do you mean? A relationship without it?
I just told you, if you go to a different culture, right? Think about arranged marriages. Do you think love is the basis of their relationship?
No,
Okay.
it's all other things. Okay,
Okay.
but what? Okay, but what?
So are you saying that their relationships don't work? Or
No,
that-
I'm not saying that at all.
So then what are
Maybe
you
it
saying?
works well for them. But you
Okay.
asked me, what do I want?
Right, and my question is, how do you know when you haven't even experienced
Okay,
the
so
other
what
side?
am I supposed to just go through a bunch of relationships and purposely be in them without love and see if they work?
No, bro, you're taking it way too far.
I'm
You're going to an extreme where it doesn't need to go. What I'm saying is, your assumption is that the way that you feel is the way you feel because that's truly how you feel. And what I'm saying is, how do you know that's true when you have not even explored the other side, whether it's a relationship or even just learning about it? Have you even had a conversation with somebody who has had a different type of relationship style and be like, yo, what's the pros and cons? And what do you think about our relationship style? That's what I'm saying. You don't know.
We're not talking about relationship style. You just said if romantic love was not there.
That's yes.
It's not, because I'm not saying
arranged marriage.
I'm not saying the basis of my relationship is on that. That's not what you said. You said if that is not there. You didn't say if that's the basis of your relationship. You were in a relationship because we just fell madly in love.
Steven.
That's not what you said.
Steven, if you don't have a foundation, the whole thing falls, right?
Why is but you never said the
It's a part
foundation
of your
was erotic,
it has
romantic,
to be. If it's
passionate
a deal
love.
breaker, it's part of your foundation.
That's not what you asked. That's not what you said.
Steven,
you said
Steven.
if this is not in your relationship, is that a deal breaker for you? You didn't say it was a foundation.
Let me make this make sense for you because it's the same thing.
okay.
If you have a table that has 4 legs, right, and love is one of those legs, and you take that leg away, does the table topple over? That's the question. It's a fundamental piece.
It doesn't have to be It doesn't have to be there for a relationship to start.
I didn't say that.
Even in an arranged marriage, they can end up falling in love with each
I
other.
didn't say it needed to be there when it started.
But you're saying that if it was not there, is it something that you needed to have in a relationship for it to work?
So
in an arranged marriage, it's not there in the beginning,
No,
but
it's
maybe
not.
they end up falling in love.
And that's fine. Has nothing to do with my question. Because if it was a necessary thing, they wouldn't get in the arranged marriage, period. To even develop the love later on.
That's the point of it being arranged, because it's because like a king selling off his daughter to put a family together.
Right.
They're in a relationship and it works. But
it's a business.
Of course.
It's a business transaction.
Right.
Right.
Well, I don't see relationship as business transactions, and maybe that's my conditioning, and maybe that's the way I'm raised, and if that is what it is,
we've already agreed that it is, right?
Well, I don't.
Everything's conditioning.
Well, that's great. Everything is conditioning. So I don't see them as a business transaction. And do I think that love needs to be at the root of that relationship. No, I never said that.
That's what my question was.
That's not what your question was. You said, does it need to be in your relationship for it to work? That was your question.
Well, where is it if it's not at the root?
It comes in the middle somewhere after you get to know each other more and you start to build that type of love for each other.
What part of the plant would it be?
It would be the a stem. It wouldn't be a freaking arm.
You said the middle. That'd be the trunk.
Okay, a trunk. It's not the root.
It's
not the root.
That's still the majority of the relationship. The trunk. It's not a stem. It's not a root, and it's not a fruit.
Okay. Well, you originally get with somebody because you find them attractive. And then you start to like them because you like the way their mind works. You then start to get to know them more. And then as you get to know them more, you start to find out their traditions, the thing that they like. And then at that point, maybe you've never even been intimate. You've never touched. And then you can start to feel love for them.
Right. But in order for it to be that erotic love, you have to have touched.
Okay, great. Well, then, yes, as you go on and as the relationship continues, because I've been in relationships and my strongest love I've ever had for someone in my life thus far was with someone I never had sex with. So sex is the basis of it.
I did my best. Wow. Wow. Wow.
I'll bleep that, don't worry.
I mean, that's crazy.
I did my best to convey that I was talking about a very specific type of love so that we wouldn't be confused here. And I feel like you're conflating.
No, I'm not. You know what? And I honestly, we just are not going to agree. And it has nothing to do with, no, I'm serious, because it has nothing to do with my conditioning or whatever. Everything is conditioning. Well, my words, right?
The fact that you keep pushing back on that point.
Well,
I don't think
because
he's trying to agree. I think he's just trying to understand where he's coming from on his point. I mean, because I believe that you don't necessarily have to, in order to acquire love in general, you don't necessarily have to do it the way that Chris is explaining the that versus how we were taught. If you find love, fine, that's cool. But that doesn't mean that is the way to love,
I don't even know. I don't even understand what point you're making right now.
Well, I'm explaining because, he's speaking about, when he talks about the Disney stuff, erase the feeling because we equate the feeling of love that we get. And if we don't get this feeling in a relationship, then we're like, you know what? This table's about to topple over.
Right.
I don't necessarily, that's not, I didn't necessarily, I said that I don't necessarily agree with that.
That I will accept that and say that's fine, but he's not necessarily saying that what you're feeling in a relationship is wrong or right. It's just a different way of experiencing love, because we've been taught this Disney mirage of this feeling that we feel, and we equate that with these actions, and I need this feeling in order to be in this relationship.
Right.
But if you remove those emotions, can you be in this relationship functioning, or is love necessary to be there?
Right.
I understand that, and I think you're getting your I can take my way of life or thinking or accepting this and just be like, okay, let me see it from this perspective versus equating my own personal beliefs.
Did he ask me what I needed, or did he ask me in general what people could do? Matter of fact, he asked you.
No,
I asked you both.
Okay, but what was the question was, do you? That was the question. It wasn't can people. Is it in general?
I never said that what you're saying was bad or wrong.
It's the connotation, because you sit up here and say Disney has fucked your mind over and they tricked you and they got you all conditioned to think this is love this way, and I don't like the way it comes out because I don't agree.
Is that because you don't agree with it? It's not because it's wrong. It's just because you don't agree with it. You don't want to be brainwashed.
It's an emotional reaction versus thinking about his question logically.
Because you don't want to be brainwashed, you're mad at me for connecting those dots.
No, I'm not mad at you, because that's not the way because I've given you multiple examples of how once again, the strongest love I have felt was with somebody who I did not fall for in that way.
Correct, and that wasn't the love I was talking about, and I made that very clear several times.
Okay, all right.
I don't know. I try to explain it because at first I was confused.
I understand what he's saying.
The reason I bring this up is because I think the core of the reason we have so many issues with love and marriage and relationships in our country is because we base it on love. Now, you can say that that's not what you're doing, and that's not what it is, and it's not a fundamental principle. But if it's a deal breaker, it seems pretty fundamental to me. And we can use different words and all that stuff, but the reality is, if it's not there, in your opinion, it's not going to work. And I think that that's a problem. And the reason I think that's a problem is because, like you said, that feeling can develop later on down the road. But it's not something that has to be there in order for a healthy relationship to function, because that has nothing to do.
And I never disagreed with that.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
I literally asked you, can you have a relationship without this thing? And you said no. That means a healthy relationship, in your opinion, cannot work without it.
I mean, that actually speaks to a lot of stuff that Kevin and Sam used to speak about, like when it comes to like family, keeping a family unit together and stuff. Like, you don't necessarily have to, like, people will leave their marriage because, you know, they did something to, you know, that make them feel a particular way, and so they fell out of love, and it breaks up the family. So in order to keep that family unit, you have to be stronger than this thing that is fickle, such as emotions. You know, I mean, that's how
that's literally what I'm saying. Because in my opinion, love's a feeling. Okay,
it is.
You could say it's an action word and all that stuff, but I think it's a feeling. And if it's a feeling and feelings are fleeting, then we have to build our relationship on something that's more solid, which is why I think traditional families build it on business. Not because I look at it as, oh, it's just this cold transaction and da-da-da-da. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is the type of love that we are seeking, I think that it's destroying our opportunities because, you know, most people, like Mel, there are women. Okay, you marry a dude, right? A woman marries a dude, and they're basing it off this chemistry, this what was the name of the love again?
Agape.
What was it? Agape?
Eros.
Eros, right? You're based off of Eros. That's basically what is happening, and then that goes away because it could be there in the beginning and it could go away. Both can happen. It cannot be there in the beginning and come later. It could be in there in the beginning and go away. When it goes away, if that was necessary for your relationship, the relationship goes away. And I think that's extremely dangerous. So that's what I'm saying. And you could say that's not a fundamental thing, but if the relationship goes away without it, then it's fundamental. And I think that's dangerous for that to be the case. Now, I think it's better to approach it with not needing that. And then if it comes, it's bonus. I'm not saying that it's bad or whatever. I'm just saying, like, that's a bonus. But if it were to come and then go away again, you still don't have to worry about it. It's almost like when you build a friendship with a woman first and then you get in a relationship with them. It's like y'all could actually still be friends after if you break up because your friendship was always there.
Yeah.
You know?
See, I don't disagree with anything you just said.
Well,
but I don't feel like that's how you posed the question in the beginning. And I feel like you've changed your original question.
Is it possible that
I'm just telling you how I perceived it because I agree with that, but I did not agree with what you said earlier.
Okay, is it possible that you heard my question and you perceived it a way that I wasn't actually?
No.
You think that I've changed?
I've repeated it back to you multiple times, and you haven't said I heard it wrong.
Point? You think I've changed my point?
I think you've moved the goalpost, yes.
Okay, and that's what I wanted to get to. I have not moved the goalpost because Mel got it.
Mel
got it way before you did.
Did he get it though?
He just explained it back perfectly.
Okay.
He must have got it.
Or he understood what you were saying, which I
get it.
I get it too, but does that mean that he agrees with it? As in, that's how he's going to moving forward?
Well, no, that's not. I wasn't asking you guys to change.
I mean, but what he was explaining is actually where I emotionally and mentally was like getting to, you know, in like as far as like a relationship, you know, because I think, I mean, as it's been stated, it's a fickle thing, and creating that union, if it's based on just this emotion, that's not something that you should rely on if you're trying to create something more reliable.
I know.
You know.
So really,
I married a woman that I wasn't in love with.
Okay, okay. All right. So then, basically, Stephen today.
But she's a toxic woman, though.
It doesn't. What I'm saying is, like, I'm not coming like, you know, Mel, you were just like, oh, you know, you hadn't been in relationships. Da, da, da. It's like I'm not coming here from from a point of I don't have knowledge or experience. Like I'm coming here from a place of real experience for myself, and there was something in that relationship that was missing. That type of love was missing, as well as other things were missing as well. So yes, coming from a void and then being in this place where there's nothing here, yes, of course, there's something that I'm saying that I genuinely want moving forward. Does that mean that it has to be there from the very beginning for me to start or be in a successful relationship? No.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But is it something that I desire? Of course. Why would I not?
But
That's fine if you want that.
that was never my question,
that's
you said that you've repeated it back several times, and I've never pushed back. Yes, I have. I said that's not my question. That wasn't my question.
So does it need to be there in order for the relationship to work?
And
Yeah.
if your answer is yes, that's fine. If it's no, that's fine. It's not. He's not like combating and saying anything is wrong with that, because that's perfect. Like, there's things that we've all needed in some kind of relationship in some form or fashion. But what he is describing isn't saying that what you're saying is wrong. It's just a different love.
And
not different love. It's just a different way to
Foundation.
approach the situation.
And I said that I agree
So
with
my
it, the way
my
you just
question
described it.
question now would be, Stephen, if you meet a girl that erotic love that I specifically was talking about is not there, do you ask her for her hand in marriage?
I don't know.
Because the way that you described it earlier is no, right? That's the way you described it earlier.
I can't answer that question. I don't know.
Okay. Well, it was a good show, man. It's a real good show.
Real good. All kinds of goodness. All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you all rocking out with us. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, of course. Make sure you subscribe, like, love, eros, philia, all that stuff right in the comment section below.
Is Felipe just wrong?
Felipe is a Mexican boy's name. I am a boy, Damon. That is a Mexican boy.
I don't know why I remember that thing being Felipe, but
Philia.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We appreciate y'all rocking out with us. I am Animated Mel, Chris James, Stephen Michael. We will see you beautiful people next time. Bye-bye.